You must really like them treats.
Bro's eating them up. Oh my god.
I don't think it likes the cold
No.
water that much. Dang. What's going on,
Dang,
everybody?
that's a
Today
good
we are...
answer. That's a good answer, my
Bro.
friend.
Oh. Can I make my intro, please?
No.
I'll let you do your intro after.
What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be watching some spooky dooky documentary with adrives, Bo and Bassburr.
So let's just get straight into this. Nothing else.
Yeah, guys, it's spooky dooky. I'm about to not.
The
I'm
federal
not
law
good.
provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized viewing of this footage. You guys can pause that if y'all want to read that.
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years.
I want to see it.
Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments. From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found. Earth has homed these creatures since the dawn of life itself. Only until very recently, things
Oh my
have
gosh.
changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance of nature and
Yo,
what we know
watch.
about evolution itself.
Oh, what are
That is
those?
why we, at National Living Meat Research,
National
have been
Living
studying these new
Meats
species,
Research.
trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life. First, what are these new life forms? Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are, and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home. What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know. These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as vita Carnis. The Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of meat, not including their Carnis relatives.
Non-carnies. Okay. Carnies develop from...
where there is an
Well,
abundance of crawl, which
what's
leads
crawl?
to the first creature of the Carnis species,
Get
the
out.
crawl. The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host of millions of other, smaller branches. In each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means. Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis. The dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth. Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead. The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey, and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again. This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive. Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients,
Whoa.
it has been
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, look.
its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms. The crawl is
That's
harvested
disgusting.
and processed
Imagine
into
chowing
fertilizer,
down on
which
one of
greatly
those.
increases crop
That
yield
is
and quality.
disgusting. I don't think humans eat that, though.
The crawl may also be used as a food source for
See-
humans.
Oh, I take that back. I take that back. You said I would never eat that. And I was like, I don't think they eat that. Also, it's also a nutritious source to humans. Like,
Dude,
oh,
that's disgusting. Imagine gnawing down on like a vein. Dude, gross.
it is gross, but it's not blood, bro.
Well, tomato, it's basically.
Tomato.
It's
Tomato,
not,
tomato.
I love
but okay.
But due to its unconscious
Dude,
Hey,
look
wait
at
a
that.
that looks pretty
Pretty veiny.
like pretty
Guys, that
veiny,
looks pretty.
but there's no blood. It's just
Well, I know blood, duh. I didn't say vein with blood in it.
just like get a fork or a knife and a fork. Cut
No,
one of those
that's
off.
gross,
Perfect
dude.
munching. Perfect
you
munch.
have to,
appearance and taste.
no, stop it. You have to cook it in the oven so it's got the consistency of meatloaf, like a soggy meatloaf.
It has yet to reach cuisine standards. The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal.
Shoot it.
That
This
is
leads us to
disgusting.
the upcoming species
Shoot
that we
it,
will be
cook it,
discussing.
eat it.
The first of these creatures are the trimming. The trimmings.
Trimming. Ignis
Trimmings are
vs
small animals
carnivus.
that resemble skinned raccoons. They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes,
Ugh.
and an agape mouth.
No, pause it.
They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs.
Nah, what's that pie chart for? 77% something. Dude.
Inosque fluid. What is that? Ooh, what is the thing next to the pie chart? They skinned it. They skinned it.
Dude, that thing looks disgusting. Alright, play it.
Low-key though, I'd keep that as a pet.
Honestly, though.
All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics.
Oh my.
Nah.
One thing they all share in
Godzilla.
common
Oh.
is that they are
It says like, oh, muscle and fat. 77% muscle and fat.
Oh, Inosuke something.
Inosuke und ufutu. Large majority of body is flesh. That's not very good.
made mostly of
Yummy.
meat tissue and are a maximum
Did
of
you just say yummy?
20
oh.
centimeters. Wait a minute. That's not that big. Dude, you could like crush that with your foot. Maybe.
Dude, it's 7.8 inches. Oh, I think that's a
20 centimeters in length.
That's like
no
less
larger
than a
best-
foot.
Uh,
Oh wait, never mind.
I think your calculations are a bit off there, bro.
I could beat it in a fight. You could beat. Let's see if we can beat it in a fight. Yeah, so far we can. So
The
far,
two things so far we can definitely beat in a fight.
the first two.
Bruh!
Its life starts with its separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume.
Dude, see, it's
Although it
smaller
is an
than an apple.
omnivore, being able to
That's
hunt
when it's
meat and
yup.
forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals. Although its appearance is not
We. I'd still win. Just kick it in the face.
Oh, look at its eyes, bro.
Dude, it looks like a turtle. The face, the head. It's built like a
Oh,
turtle.
where's its shell at? Uh-oh. Okay, let's continue.
Turtle lost its
Unsightly,
shell and
it
grew
is a
an extra
cowardly
leg.
creature, only fleeing, screeching, and hiding when threatened. Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators. Naturally, its population would eventually die out. This is not the case.
Bruh. Well, time to do my favorite hobby. Yo, who ate this paper, bro? Oh! Mass trimming infestation. Estimated 400 plus trimmings gathered under a large abandoned satellite dish. Their rescue, the reasons are,
Just play it.
I don't know. Okay, let's
Dude,
go.
no, I want to. He was saying something. When the thing. No, stop. Go back.
Go back. Hold on.
Go, bruh.
Oh, let's change the audio quality a bit.
This is not the case.
Not the
What's
case.
The crow constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers. Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl. Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years.
Fire.
Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even...
Oh!
Ew.
Dude, why does it look
Chat
like a pig?
just gotta hear me
A
out.
pig is foul, bro.
Continue the story.
pig?
Stop pausing it, dude.
Oh my lord, bro. I hate
consider
this.
them pests, due to them digging through
Uh,
trash bins
uh.
and making excessive noise at night. Besides all of this, some people still keep trimmings as
See?
pets and relatively domesticate them.
That is nasty.
Nuisance or not, trimmings are a wondrous
Yeah, I
creature.
take back
From
what
their
I said.
plentiful numbers to their skittish
I can
nature,
never have
they are
that
truly a
as
thing to
pet.
behold. The next species on our list is the meat snake.
Sorry, can you hear me?
The
Yeah.
meat snake.
Alright.
The meat
Drake.
snake is a worm-like creature.
What?
Ooh. Drake.
It's built like a.
Drake.
Yeah, we're done doing this. I hope you guys
That's
enjoyed the
Drake, bro,
video.
I
Please
swear.
make sure to leave a like and subscribe
I
for
was
more videos
joking.
like
Please,
this.
no, please.
Yo, bro, I don't want to keep watching this anymore. It got so boring.
Dude, no. Continue. This is interesting.
You watch it then.
Dude, no, please. Please, I want to watch it, please.
What's this? Why is this the most replayed part?
Please, just.
What's crashing out?
Play it.
Yo, this right here though?
No,
you want to see-
please, just play it. Play it.
Oh my god.
Made of a variety of types of meat, coated in a transparent,
Variety?
skin-like membrane.
Ugh.
Its size varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When it first separates from the crawl, it is only a few centimeters in length. Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this length. The meat snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism. The meat snake allocates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted.
Whoa, did you say pelvises?
Duh.
We shut up.
Speaking of skulls,
saying my
the
name
meat
weird.
snake will take the skull from the
I
consuming
heard that.
organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull, each corresponding to what that one has consumed. During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years. The meat snake has no predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating. Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold. Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available. Where there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will use them to our advantage. Meat snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid within the meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals. They are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame. Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself. It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell. Our next creature is the mimic. The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped. The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole. A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh. Because of this, they are found solely around human-populated areas. The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages. In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl. They closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and only have 4 appendages. In this stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning. Its hunting style changes and becomes much more complicated. It now stalks and feeds only on humans. It will locate human-populated area and begin its search for an easy target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture. Once a target has been found, the mimic will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most vulnerable. This is typically when the human is asleep at night. Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal. Although, in the case that a human is awake, A mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves. Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target. The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into. If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features.
So, how'd it go?
Dude, that's creepy. Continue.
Ah, you know I didn't want to be
It will
here for
grow
that.
skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being.
Oh,
Uncle,
not
Now
she's
can
gonna
blend entirely
again.
into civilization and lure other humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length and
Why is it built like that? No, no, no. You know what this reminds me of? Look at the face.
Puppet.
And tell me the face isn't built like that one game of that one boy who's like always crying and stuff, bro. It was
It's
like
got the
sack.
Thukana teeth, dude. It's got the Thukana teeth. Alright,
Thukanya.
continue though.
Oh,
Continue.
hold on, hold up. What's his face is a little too low. I can barely hear him. Or not. He's just very loud. Or not loud.
Continue.
its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes. This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, giving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet. Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there have been mimic sightings. 2. If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time. Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6. In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area, and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey and will move on.
Be safe and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs. Next up, the harvester.
We're gonna hear the dude getting eaten. Ooh! That's not very.
Continue.
That's not.
I like. It's like ASMR.
There's no way you just said it's like ASMR when there's some dude getting munched on right now, bro.
Continue it, dude. It's soothing.
Did this motherfucker just say it's smooth? Soothing? Nah.
It's so soothing.
That is not okie
Something
dokie.
is wrong with you. I ain't gonna
Despacito? Did
lie.
you just say Despacito?
Despacito.
Nah, 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 nah.
Okay, where's my microphone? Okay, let's gonna end this video off here.
Wait, what?
You guys want? Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
yeah, I
tired,
have to go
bro.
to bed. I have to go to bed. We'll continue the recording in the morning, though. Hey guys,
Oh
welcome.
yeah,
See you in another video. It was like ASMR.
ASMR. Should we go back to the
You never
ASMR
stop
part,
saying that, bro.
Yes, do it. Do
bro?
it.
It is ASMR. Look at this. Listen to this.
Little bro.
It's
How's the
like you're
ASMR
munching on
sound?
carrots, bro.
Dude, or like it's mukbang.
You're bad. You're banned. You're
Dude,
banned.
That shit's weird, bro.
Not as weird as what you sent in the chat, bro. What is SpongeBob on, bro?
You on the
Yo, that
Zaza.
part though, that part where like he got absolutely jumped.
dude, that that was actually it wasn't as bad as I. Dude, it didn't even get her right away. It put fear into her eyes, dude. That's like, first off, she was being stupid by having the light out.
How do you know it's a she?
Because it sounded like a she.
Bro can just tell.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
can
mean?
tell by the
What do
way
you mean
the
that you
way
can
they
tell?
sound when
It's
they run.
true.
The
The
way
way
they
they sound
sound.
when they, if they can run, like what?
They're sissies, that's why. You
I got a
don't
question.
know they're sissies.
Why don't they just lock people in wheelchairs? What are they gonna do? Walk up and run?
Guys, I've got a picture of
Nah.
the. I got a picture of them.
Don't.
Yo, is that Ducka here? What'd you say?
Oh, you got a picture of him from Pillar Case 2. That is a. But seriously, what is this SpongeBob on, bro?
He
Dude
on
is
that's I literally just
geeking
said he's on
out.
Zaza.
Dude is on the Zaza. What is that steak thing?
I hate
Wow.
this stupid steak thing.
This
And
snake is
Hero,
the steak is zesty.
dude,
I'm
see my
sorry.
video. I sent a video, dude. Watch it. It was before this Hero Brian and the steak. Watch it, dude. It's
What
hilarious.
hair, Brian?
The
What's there?
block, the blocky
Why is
one.
there?
The harvester. The harvester is a large, bulbous mass, with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base. The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. The harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created when a node, that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further, its tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom. On one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into. causing sudden paralysis. The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You know what kind of combos you can do with this, bro?
Dude. Yeah, dude.
Imagine you're getting chased down by a mimic, bro, and then you just get gripped by the...
Dude, you're cooked.
All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss. Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped ones. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl,
Oh,
equipped with
yippee.
organelle that
Look at this.
absorbs nutrients. These tendrils sense the blood, and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground. Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester. This bulb houses all the vital organs and the venom glands that pump into the spines. The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil.
What?
Dude, for this, the only thing that I really think is super terrifying are the vita ones. The vena carnis, like the mimics. Dude, those are terrifying. But these, like, just stay away from them. Like, these, it's
Yeah,
scary.
but you don't know where the thingamabobs are. They're underground. How they can get you before you see the actual thing itself.
Yeah, but, like, still, like, it'd be like, you'd be paralyzed. You would be like, oh shoot, I'm about to die. It wouldn't be that scary. But the Vita mimics, dude, that's terrifying. This one isn't scary. The Vita mimics are terrifying. This one isn't scary.
Well, obviously the Vita mimics are terrifying. Like what?
Alright,
They are specifically prone to hunting humans. Like what? Including elders, bro. Oh,
the
Thukana.
elders.
Causing very prominent plant growth.
What?
Thukana, bruh. Alright, continue.
Thukana.
Which then attracts more animals. A strange behavior the harvester displays is its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making it not worth the time. Another could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive and lure more predators. It truly is astonishing. Although it is a spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous. The harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and would.
See, it's rare.
It's rare, but look here.
You
It's
just gotta be careful. If it's really a problem, then you can just move down to Mexico or like Texas.
We're here. Just live in Africa.
Or Europe, dude, or Greenland. Dude, I want to live in. I like cold places, not hot places.
Woodland forests.
I like.
If you are stung by a harvester, there will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
Whoa.
The best thing you can
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'll go to that after this
encountering a
video.
harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around.
There are warnings.
Oh!
You also notice an abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife. This is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to the base of large trees or rocks. If you find yourself in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb, and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw another object when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away, just to be safe. Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal. Next up is the host.
Just
Okay, that's kind of easy to find.
The host of influence, more commonly referred to as the host, has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other characteristics. The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the host in place. Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular.
Okie dokie, look at it.
dude. Yeah, that's creepy. Continue though.
Tissue fibers, tendons, and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement. The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body by being fired into the air. These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs. Luckily, the host is rare.
Don't you dare. Yo, that's weird.
I'm looking at right now, bro.
I have no idea. It's probably like 2 infected people by the spores. I don't know.
It looks like they're worshipping some. Figured it out. They're worshipping a monolith.
Luckily, the host is rare, only found in North America.
Oh my gosh.
Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one. The spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination. Then more serious symptoms appear over time. These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles. If you, or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual. If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs.
What?
Okay, what? He says it so casually.
Yeah. So basically, what's gonna happen is if you get infected, you're gonna get gutted. So just don't get gutted. And then you just have the video cutting to a person walking. Swear to gosh, if I see this thing in this video, I'm actually cooked, bro.
Continue it.
Hold on. Okie dokie.
The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps.
What's picky?
Yummy. Yummy.
Yummy.
How is little bro moving?
He probably uses his arms and
But he's like stemmed into the ground, bruh.
extend into the pot.
Just play
Anyways.
it. Just play it, dude. It's so annoying when you pause
However,
it.
if an
Oh, my bad. What'd you say?
infection doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal.
Oh. Okay.
If a host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself.
Told you. I told you.
Okay. Unroot itself. Okay, my bad.
And move to a new location. Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Next, the monolith.
Cut that out, bro. We're not sponsored by that.
Ooh. The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972, in the area of. There are only 7 monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths surrounds. The monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith has 2 legs.
Yo, those things are massive.
You know what it reminds me of?
Those are its legs?
It reminds me of like that one thing from One Piece, you feel me? I forgot, like Zukisha.
Play it. I don't watch One Piece.
Legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a torso. The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away. What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity documented that
you can see the other one right there.
Dude, I think they caused the, what's it called? What if they're the cause of the vita Carnis?
Maybe.
The monoliths have done was in.
Yo, just tell me where it's from so I can go see.
During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group of were making their way to the city, the monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out.
Oh look, there's
when
3 of them now.
Vehicles were dispatched. Once they got close enough to top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity. Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Oh.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all. Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is...
Wait, that's what we saw earlier.
It is what we saw earlier.
Creature on this list is...
Obelisks, maybe? Okay, there's Earth. No, oh my lord!
It was those little things. Those little.
I'm gonna call them Rugrats.
Go back.
The singularity is an orb comprised of a dark...
Singularity is an orb comprised of a dark
He's
with hints
literally
of.
he's
Oh,
literally
he is.
saying,
Colored mineral with hints of luminous colors within its core. The singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter. The orb has several unique qualities that are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of readings that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by... marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious
The other
beings
ones.
appear all around us.
Mission brief. Three ground teams are tasked with infiltrating a previously abandoned mall titled Facility Zero, which is located in the restricted zone based on our info.
Is that a monolith
Mission
right there?
takes place in 3 stages: infiltration, encirclement, and ambush. Primary objective is to capture the facility and seize the items of interest for extraction. Numerous armed guards are located within the facility. Avoid detection and keep up your guard.
Faculty 0.
Alpha team, in position. Beta team, in position. Gamma team, in position.
Copy. Beginning phase 1.
Eyes on the point. Clearing pathway now. Pathway cleared. Give us the green light.
wait, those are all the meat things.
What?
Those are all those. They're the ones after the Vita Carnis mimic. They're the things that have the things underground.
Copy. Green light is a go. Begin phase 2 in advance.
Oh!
Alpha team, copy.
That is a monolith!
All right, we're heading out. Move, move, move!
The monolith's so close, so much closer.
Come on.
Look at. Yo, wait a minute! That's the skin for the mimic.
Oh. Oh, that's the monolith. The triangle.
I just said that.
Keep your distance. Single file. Halt!
I can. Oh, I forgot to.
Awaiting green light.
Copy. Green light is a go.
Oh, those bad guys right there?
I can't tell.
Yeah, but did you hear that muffling sound?
Dude, I don't know what's going on. It was near. This was where the muffling sound was. What are those things?
They're people. Those are armed guards. Oh.
Okay, so they're storming the facility. There are 5 of them versus 2 of them. Yeah, they're cooked.
I think that's a dead body right there.
Most likely.
Oh yeah, they won.
They cooked them up.
Alpha team in position. We are experiencing mechanical interference. Should we resume? Copy. Phase 3 is still a go. Preparing for breach.
Breach in 3, 2, 1. Breach.
Barely tell what's going on.
Get down! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Get down! Get down!
Oh, those are. Wait! Wait! Did you see them? Those are the people from before. They're praying to the monoliths.
They are
Those are not monoliths. What are they called again?
spheres or whatever. The
The
singularity.
sphere things, yeah. See? Oh my.
Put your hands up! Get down! I said get down!
So far, what do we think? What do you think's going on?
The monoliths, or the sphere things, have people.
People,
They're like worshipping them, I think.
and those spheres are creating everything, is what I think.
Something has happened within the restricted zone, where a large group of cultists have been apprehended. Several
See?
teams of military
They're
personnel have
cultists.
arrested some high-ranking cultists
That's what I
and have
said.
unmasked their identities to the public. Shockingly, several of these members are well-renowned politicians and high-ranking members of multiple governments across the
Many
globe.
documents have been released providing sufficient proof of the atrocities that were being committed. Some of these crimes include murder, kidnapping, torture, ritual sacrifice, and the list goes on.
The members are found guilty of deliberately providing false information to the public in an attempt to cause harm.
The New Trier Company has been found to have very significant ties with cultist activities and has been shut down. All New Trier products have been deemed hazardous for consumption.
Cultivation farms are facing pressure to shut down.
Public unrest grows as the New Trier cult case.
Oh! Let's have a better look at the mimic. Why does it look like that? Why is it built like that? Halo.
I don't know. Just continue.
You know what it reminds me of?
That were hidden away,
dinosaur?
the light.
The people are outraged by how little was actually being done.
They demand that something be done to handle the Carnis species.
Riots appear in the streets as protests begin to turn.
Our leaders were plotting against us. Who do we trust? What happens now?
Yo!
Welcome to Magister's Wonder Show. I am the Magister, and get ready to explore all of the world's wonders. Today, we are are learning about the circle of life.
Thank goodness. I'm not trying to watch that like. Why's he built like?
Test report number 4. We still know very little about the nature of the entities. There are 7 singularities in total.
Singularities.
Each singularity is roughly 1 meter in diameter. They are made of an unknown material, although it looks and feels very similar to glass.
What?
What if 7 singularities, 7 monoliths?
What if the singularities made?
What if they're connected somehow?
We are unable to sound.
Well, obviously, if they're made by.
What if like they go in like the center, like an eye almost? I don't know.
Wait a minute. You know how there were 7 obelisks and they were all circling around something?
Yeah, they're probably circling around this.
Yeah, they were circling around where the obelisks, not the singularities were.
Alright,
So what if they were like, what if they were like protecting them?
I don't
The material
know.
is very dark in color, but has red shimmers of light swirling inside. There are some hints of other colors present, but is mostly dominated by the red. Each entity hovers above the ground in a stationary position, although they can be moved with relative ease. Our equipment can detect some subtle pulses of energy in rhythmic but random patterns.
Doesn't seem very random to me.
We don't know what they are. We don't know if it is breathing or communicating. We don't even truly know if they are even organic. This is nothing new, just confirming what we already know. Our first experiments didn't give any interesting leads. The most we got was some interference with electronics, especially when there is more than one kept close together. But the experiment we conducted showed extremely significant results. The experiment played out like this. In test chamber 1, a live cow was released into the chamber with V1 for an extended period. They were left together for 24 hours. The test showed minimal results from the entity and an increase in stress from the cow. Next, the body of a cow was put into the chamber with V1 for 24 hours. The results were extraordinary.
Ooh. Is that crawl?
Yes. It creates it.
5 hours after the whole body had been ingested, concentrations of crawl rapidly grew from several points from within the chamber.
Oh, wait. What if the obelisks were from like space or something? And then
You mean
it
the
like went next to singular. Okay. And then what if like it created the obelisks to protect it for safety, and then the like obelisks killed stuff, and then the singularities like made the crawl.
What I think is that the singularities, the monoliths, are yeah. They created the crawl, and then first they created the crawl, then they spread. They created. I don't know. Yeah, your theory is better.
What this could mean, it rewrites everything we knew about the vita Carnis species.
Allow the crawl to grow out.
It's getting freaky.
Yeah, the elephant was getting freaky with this.
First, a young larva hatches from within its egg. It will roam around and find food to help it grow and grow. Once they are big enough, they transform into a pupa, and after some more time, they transform into an adult beetle. The adult beetle will go out into the world in search of food.
Go back.
See.
Go back. Head cultivator. Head cultivator, my bad. Right,
Yeah, you nerd.
Audio log. Progress report for crawl samples. Cultivation has been successful. So far, we grew them with 3 specific environmental factors. 1 is our control group, 2 with access to additional nutrition sources, and 3 with exposure to radio signals. Group 1 grew on par with standard crawl samples. No distinct abnormalities. Group 2 grew at a faster pace than the control group, as expected. No distinct abnormalities. Group 3 grew against its normal pattern, weaving its way toward the radio. Once the device was claimed, it switched to usual growth patterns. Again, no distinct abnormalities. In conclusion, the samples that were grown in V1's test chamber don't seem to differ from others grown from other sources. Still, we will continue with more factors and further groups, just in case. There have been some developments in the propagation group. V1 samples have seemingly been able to produce nodules at a slightly quicker rate than wild samples. Control groups show that V1 samples begin node development a few days faster. More time will be needed to say for sure. As for the nodes themselves, there aren't any distinct abnormalities.
What is the nodes making? Like, what kind of things are they?
Juveniles, several trimmings, 2 meat snakes, and even 1 mimic.
Ooh!
We will be sending them to the enclosures after everyone's reports get sent out. End log.
And then
Battle.
it's ground into a fine mint and is now ready for the garden.
Audio log. Progress report for trimming colony. Significant progress in learning the social patterns of a group of trimmings we have been keeping together. A new batch of juveniles were added to the main colony at the beginning.
They are built like turtles. What the? You were right.
Yeah.
They look like Minecraft turtles.
They were accepted into the community immediately. No conflict or rejection observed.
Oh, ugh.
They did provide the circumstances to document.
They're moving.
Trimmings communicate through a series of vocal cues. Colony members meeting the new batch with squeaks and squeals. They also are not afraid to show us when they are upset. Trimmings also use some physical displays as well. For example, trimmings do a chewing or chatter motion with their mouths when they are happy or interested in something. The experiment that we performed was to explore the extent of their communication skills. The test went like this. We took one of the trimmings and had them in place in a modified enclosure. A speaker would play 2 separate audio cues. A positive cue would play, followed by a treat, and a negative cue, followed by a small spray of cold water. We did several rounds of both audio cues to condition the trimming's response.
Bro, why did it?
So aggressively.
The sound, dude.
They must really like them treats.
Bro's eating them up.
I don't think it likes the cold water that much. Why did it?
Oh my goodness.
It is not like water, I don't think.
Go back. Nah, go back. Go back. Go back. No, 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 no.
Me trying to go in the shower with hot water.
Do that again. Oh my goodness.
No more, no more.
Nah, continue.
Yes!
No, yeah.
Okay.
After the test, the trimming was released back to its colony. And after a few hours, we tested how much the trimmings communicated. Another speaker was placed near the colony's enclosure, where we played the same audio cues. It is incredible to see how layered their social interactions can be. Although, we tried something a bit bizarre. We found out that a wild colony had settled around the facility recently.
Why did they do that?
It was strange what we did. It was a long shot. We set up a radio device near the wild colony and near ours. We linked both devices up and played the cues.
It works even for the ones that are outside.
Hive mind.
There's many dangers
Oh
out
my.
there in the world. There are many
Hive
predators
mind,
that
maybe.
would love.
From our previous report,
Alright, bye-bye.
the juvenile meat snake we selected was grown in a standard captivity cell until maturity. The specimen we had selected was now an acceptable size for the project to begin. The specimen was moved into restraints, twice its
Okay.
weight to kill,
Maybe what we can
making
do is we
sure
can
that
pick
it
you up
received the
and then...
necessary materials,
Yeah.
bones and organs to grow. 4 days into feeding, the specimen's mood mellowed out. The usual intimidation display was now a patient eagerness. It seems that the specimen now understands that we are feeding it. 11 days into feeding, the specimen has slowed down immensely. It has also been occasionally rejecting food. It looks like we have been overwhelming it, not giving it enough time to properly digest and implement the material. Feeding has been reduced to once a day, but with an increase of portion size. 19 days into feeding, the meat snake has almost shut down entirely. It no longer reacts to external factors. It still accepts food, but with assistance. A makeshift mechanism was made to help the feeding process. Favorable results have begun to show. The hue of the specimen's skin has been turning shades darker. Sampling period seems to be approaching sooner than expected. Day 21 into feeding. The specimen has reached all the required criteria to begin sampling. We managed to obtain a skin patch intervention. We began with cold resistance. The typical meat snake skin can hold its integrity up to negative 30 degrees Celsius. The specimen sample survived down to negative 100 degrees, even maintaining flexibility. Next, the heat resistance test. The sample was able to withstand impressive temperatures. We were only able to bring the temp up to 3,000 degrees Celsius before we had to bring in new equipment. We used some welding equipment and determined that the sample's limit was capped at around 5,000 degrees Celsius. Sample testing was interrupted by a peculiar event with the specimen. Personnel during the routine feeding found that the meat snake had escaped its restraints by performing mitosis. The two organisms were simply wandering the lab at the time. The project has been halted for now, and the two meat snakes have been moved back into their original enclosure. We are preparing more tests at the start of the new process report. End log.
Kurt, racist? Oh.
Raisin.
Said like racism. I was like, what?
So far, but there can only be one winner. And this year's winner is...
Bean.
Patty!
Ugh.
Not Patty.
Give Patty some help, bro.
Bean, dude. Bean. Bean was the best.
Yo, there were some words back there, but I'm not going back for those. Mimic expert.
This is my audio report for this month's progress, albeit a little bit late by a few months. Anyways, it's been a bit slow, but there have been some fascinating findings. I guess I'll start with the juveniles. Feisty fellas, already chock full of hunting instinct. Their hunting patterns are similar to other ambush predators. They will wait and then catch their prey with the element of surprise. They prefer to hunt prey smaller than themselves, stuff they can take down easily. But once they are older, they start getting a little cockier. But they have the killing technique to back it up. They usually aim for the throat or neck to deliver a kill as fast as possible. But once they metamorphosize into their adult form, it's harder to determine their patterns. The juveniles we do manage to get into their adult form don't last very long. They simply hide away, rejecting all food we provide. As it is well known, adults only eat human flesh. The adults we have all die to starvation. The best candidates for research are the ones we capture out in the wild. They last longer, most likely due to them already having food and nutrients in their systems. It's not something I dwell on too often. I am thankful for the ones they bring in for me. We got several adults, even a few humanoid ones. We are able to understand a bit of how they work before they eventually whittle away. The hunting tactics of the adult forms change drastically from their previous form. Hunting now takes much longer as they observe and watch their prey. They are very cautious, waiting for the best opportunity. They take advantage of anything they can to get an upper hand. Their most popular tactic nowadays is climbing inside of furniture. Freshly metamorphosed adults are roughly 160 centimeters in height, but can fold themselves tightly into small spaces. One was even found inside one of those old-fashioned mannequins. And older adults still fit exceptionally well in tight places. It's funny, we didn't even know they could do this until the late 70s. They weren't even called mimics then. They were called, butchers. They changed it because its name better matched the description of characters in some kid's board game. Anyways, the hunting tactics beyond this are confusing to say the least. All depictions of their patterns have been wrong in one way or another. Ever since that public announcement in '86, they keep changing it. In reality, it is almost completely random. Each case in the wild is different and it's hard to determine why in captivity. Plus, human testing is a no-go. Even though I volunteered myself, I feel so close to figuring it out. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. The next stages are even harder to... Wait, how long do these tapes have to be?
What?
You're lucky you didn't see that.
No, go back.
It was an ad.
Oh.
What happened? My leg's tied. It's bad. I'm bleeding. What do I do? I can't reach. What do I do?
2 more minutes.
Help me down, please. Please.
2.
We need medical assistance in test chamber 1.
Alright, bye.
Stay calm. Help is on the way. Just try to stay calm.
What happened?
Oh, we can't see.
Alright, we're here. We're going to help you. Lower the ladder slowly. This is going to hurt. Okay, hold still. Ready? Now!
What's happening? What's happening to him? Get him out of here now! Get him out!
Hopefully we finally figure out what's going on.
Popcorn. Get out.
Bro, what the sus?
All the entities are freaking out. The system can't handle all of this. Turn off the power. Sir, do it.
What happened in the first place?
That one dude died, and then they tried to bring him back inside, and then the singularity started like tweaking out.
How'd he die though?
He didn't die. He got injured.
But how?
We don't know.
Turn up the quality. Turn up the quality.
Backup power is now on. Systems appear to be stable.
Check the damage and get me eyes down there.
Uh-oh. Do you think all the cells open?
Entering the chamber.
No.
Uh-oh. Something's
Entity
going
seems
on.
much more active now. Sir, come in. Sir! I can't tell what you're saying, sir. Please respond. What? What the hell? I can't hear you clear enough.
Get out of there! Move out!
Now! Dude, what is happening?
Monkey!
The waves reach the antennae and translate it into sound.
Oh, summer. Oh.
There's speech coming from the singularity.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you understand what I am saying?
Put him back on my rim thing. Oh! He can speak!
What should I say? What are you? What are you? Let's try something else.
The handheld device was switched to one of the devices used for trimming testing, an alarm clock radio.
Can you still hear us? Okay. What are you?
Me to you?
Can you explain? What are your connections to the vita Carnis species? These are too vague. Try another question. Do you know why you are here? Did you hear us? We aren't getting anywhere. What? These boxes. Devices. They talk. Are you talking about the radios? Radios transmit and receive waves and translate it into sound.
He's very, very intelligent.
Do you want more radios?
On anything.
Is that still water? For those who know?
Sir, is it really in our best interest to give these things what they want? We don't even know what they're looking for.
I understand your concern, but this is the biggest breakthrough we have ever gotten. This may even be the greatest breakthrough of all history. Representatives of the UN will be arriving in just a few days to see our progress. This is too important to stop now. We are on the verge of something massive. And if the representatives are impressed, we get the funding to see how far this can go. So, for now, you and the team go and get the orbs what they want. Keep making reports, but keep them quick. We need to learn as much as we can in this short time frame.
Yes, sir.
All future tests with singularities. There will be a radio speaker present to allow communication for the entities as well as for personnel to ask questions. During test setup, we were able to capture singularities communicating to each other. We are working to decide. Bruh.
Dude, this is trippy. Right. Is this the end of it after this?
Probably.
Do you think it's backwards?
V1 was giving several different electrical devices. We attempted to communicate more with it, but it didn't speak very often. Only singular words out loud, directed not towards anyone. It was more interested with the devices than the questions. Testing questions were repeated with the other singularities. Each singularity acted differently than each other and gave differing answers to the questions. Although there were a few common factors that each shared, each one has a fascination with electronic
devices.
devices, especially radio.
They're
They are
interested.
interested in entertainment like
Oh my
television,
god.
the radio, and music, especially classical music. Holy moly.
Oi,
I could not read for a little bit
oi.
there, bro. During testing with V1's interaction with the television, I'm done reading.
Inferences was bruh.
It was me! It was me! No, go back to me. Me!
Oh my. And there's me to the left, all the way to the left.
Why does he have that kind of like... He has such a chiseled face, what?
And then he's
What?
got a bald spot. His hair goes up and then goes.
Yo, wait. He has that chromacopia Tyler Creator haircut, bro.
Dude.
He gets directly down in the middle. What is that one dude on the right doing though, bro?
Chiseled face and then a
He looks
reverse
like
mohawk.
he's a mad scientist. Yeah.
Dude, they all have it. Look at the other one's face.
They all have it. Let me see this.
Look at it. Nah. Look at the one on the right.
Yo, don't bully them.
Dude, no way.
They travel up to 28,000 kilometers
Oh my
per
god. It's a turd. Oh.
Interesting. Last day before a representative arrived, after multiple tests with each singularity, we were able to find out each one's personality. V1, neutral in expressions itself, engages with personnel minimally as possible, only shows in... Bruh.
Okay. Just read them.
Fine. More active engages with personnel in a detached manner rather than one-on-one. Engages
No, I
minimally.
mean in your head. In your head.
Bruh.
I hate ads so
Oh
much. I've dedicated.
Yo, this is an ad, bro.
This is our main observation room, where we conduct much of the testing on the singularities. As you can see, we are still performing tests. We've learned much from the entities, and if we were to have your support, we can continue our work here. I am sure we can...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There has been much learned in our time together.
I agree with Dr. Trados. If we continue, I am sure this union will benefit all. Symbiosis, we join together. Let us sow seeds and watch what grows. Divine purpose. Let us show you. Let us guide the way. Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us.
Nuh-uh.
Join us. Join us.
So their main goal is symbiosis.
You think I know what symbiosis means, bro?
Means basically it's where one being, where one person, dude, I love that, dude. One person helps out another animal helps out another animal for mutual beneficiality. Basically, they both benefit mutually from their relationship.
I think that was it, guys.
That was underwhelming. That was so underwhelming. Was that really it?
Yeah, but we didn't watch these extra ones here.
Here, see if any of them are good. Wait, what are they? What are they?
They're just like cooking. Look!
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
I'm not watching this.
Yeah, we're not, guys, we're not watching all that. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in another video.